Welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Delora Ellis Gant. I am the president of the African American Employees Association, and I have the honor of welcoming you here tonight for our 2024 Crystal Eagle Award Black History Month program. This is one of our primary events. It is the foundation of this association. So without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and get us started because we want to start on time and end on time because that is always important. I did want to take the opportunity to acknowledge some of the guests that we have joining us here this evening. And I'm going to ask if you don't mind to turn on your cameras if you are comfortable with that. It is very nice to see everyone's face when we have these types of events. Want to first start off by thanking our honoree, awardee for 2024 Crystal Eagle, Miss Cynthia McCoy-Miller, for being here tonight, and her family, and also Mr. Brandon Nichols, Departmental Director for the Department of Children and Family Services. Thank you for being here with us this evening. I also see that we have Mr. Derek Robinson from, I believe, DPSS is here. And I do see one of our advisors, Miss Yolanda Pena, Chief Deputy for the libraries. There are so many of you that have taken the time to be here with us tonight. So I'm going to cut my remarks very, very short because I want you to hear the remarks, a special message that we have from one of our very own supervisors. So give me a minute and let her welcome you. Thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Los Angeles County Supervisor Catherine Barger. It's an honor to send you my best wishes for a wonderful Black History Month virtual program. This special event offers a reminder of powerful stories of people who have had profound impact throughout history. It also celebrates the people in our county who continue to do their part to make a difference every day. I'd like to give a special congratulations to this evening's Crystal Eagle Award honoree, Cynthia McCoy-Miller. Cynthia, thank you for your dedication and leadership as Senior Deputy Director in the Department of Children and Family Services. Your commitment to our county's youth changes their lives for the better. I know everyone tuned in this evening is dedicated to investing in and uplifting our county's residents. The members of this organization have a steadfast commitment to public service and the good of our communities. In each of your roles and in all of our departments, you are making Los Angeles County better and brighter. During this Black History Month, let's look ahead with renewed excitement for all we can accomplish together. As I close, I'd like to share a few words of encouragement from Dodgers legend Jackie Robinson. Life is not a spectator sport. Thank you for all getting involved and stepping up to the plate to make a difference. Los Angeles County African American Employees Association members are known for their can-do attitude and willingness to roll up their sleeves. Thank you for the influence and impact you have throughout the entire year. I look forward to the continued work we have ahead together.
Beautiful. So we are thankful that our supervisor was able to provide us with some words of encouragement tonight and to welcome us. At this time, we'll turn the program over into the hand of our moderator for the evening, Mr. Walter Tucker. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here and happy Black History Month. So we're going to kick things off. Thank you, President, for opening up with your warm welcome. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with a short song that you all may all know, which is our history of the National Black Anthem. So we're going to have a little lesson about that first, and then we'll actually have the song. So I'm going to hand it over to Tina Robertson and then Tara Parham to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Tina?
Thank you. Thank you very much. The history of the Black National Anthem. It was written as a poem by NAACP leader James Weldon Johnson in 1900, and the music was composed by his brother, John Johnson. It is known for its power in voicing a cry for liberation and affirmation for African American people, and endowed with this deep history of Black pride. It speaks to the universal human condition. This song sets an atmosphere of reverence and gratitude for the American journey of Black people, for the selfless sacrifices of our ancestors, for an inheritance of strength and resilience. This hymn elevates the celebration of Black pride. So now to sing the National Black Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, Vice President of LACAAEA, Tara Parham.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea, and sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us, and sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you.
Tara, that was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So now with that, we're actually going to have some Black History trivia. So I will wait for Madam President to cue it up. There we go. So first trivia question of the night. What do we call the slave song that combined with African rhythms with biblical scriptures? Anybody know? Let's get some responses in the chat. Uh-oh. The key I see, hymns. I saw Negro spirituals. Do we have any other responses? All right. Madam President, go ahead and cue up the answer for the audience, please. So technically the answer is spirituals, but yes, typically referred to as Negro spirituals as well. So I believe that we did have someone who answered that correctly, and we'll follow up if there's any price correlation with that. So next up, we're going to have a Black History poem by Dr. Lynette Long.
Safe driving mode.
And please, everyone, remember to mute your line if you're not presenting. Thank you. Dr. Long?
The poem that I'm going to do is called The Negro Mother. Children, I've come back today to tell you a story of a long, dark way that I had to climb that I had to know in order that the race might live and grow. Look at my face, dark as the night, yet shining in the sun with love's true light. I am the child they stole from the sand 300 years ago in Africa's land. I am the dark girl who crossed the wide sea, carrying in my body the seed of the free. I am the woman that labored as a slave, beaten and mistreated for the work that I gave. Children sold away from me, husband sold too. No safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years in the deepest South. But God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like steel in my soul. Now, through my children, I'm reaching the goal. Now, through my children, young and free, I realized the blessing denied to me. I couldn't read then. I couldn't write. I had nothing back then in the night. Sometimes my road was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through the lonely years. And sometimes the valley was hot with sun, but I had to keep on till my work was done. I had to keep on. No stopping for me. I was the seed of the coming free. I nourished a dream that nothing could smother. Deep in my breast, the Negro mother. I had only hope then. But now, through you dark ones of today, my dreams come true. In the world there. Remember my lead. With sorrow, making those dreams a torch for tomorrow, making my path a road to the light. Out of the darkness, ignorance the night. Lift high my banner, out of the dust. Stand like free men and women, supporting my trust. Believe in the right. Let none push you back. Remember the whip and the slaver's trap. Remember how strong and struggle and strife still bar you the way and deny your life. But march ever forward. Hard. Look to the sun and to the stars. Oh, dark children of the day. May my dreams and my prayers impel you up the stairs. For I shall be with you till no way but dares keep down the children of the Negro mother. And Martin Luther King said, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Thank you so much, Dr. Long. That was beautiful. I'm over here snapping. I don't know if you can hear it through my headphones, but you got me riled up and excited. So thank you for that. So next up, we are going to have retired LA County employee Nolan Miller to speak on LACAAEA's history, which is a part of Black history. So without further ado, Mr. Miller, take it away.
In 2001, a group of Black LA County employees at the Hall of Administration expressed a desire to host a dignified Black History Month celebration. We formed a committee chaired by Kane Turner Jr., and we call ourselves the African American Heritage Celebration Committee. We were directed to Ms. Victoria Pipkin Lane, who was the Workplace Program Director at that time. She agreed to assist us, and for the next few months, we engaged in planning, organizing, and fundraising. Our success set in motion a tradition that has survived clearly into today. In 2009, the committee underwent a transformation and became the Los Angeles County African American Employee Association, better known as LACAAEA, with Mr. Larry Ogenicowo serving as our first president. He was succeeded by Jake Ross, who was succeeded by Mrs. Ogenicowo, who was succeeded by our current president. The primary goal of the newly crafted association was to continue hosting a dignified Black History Month celebration. Among the changes was the awarding of the Crystal Eagle Award of Excellence for outstanding service to our community. Some notable award recipients are song stylist Barbara Morrison, the founder of Kwanzaa, Dr. Maulana Kuranga, publisher of the Los Angeles Sentinel newspaper, Mr. Danny Bakewell Sr., and many other notables as well. It soon became apparent that not only could we do more, but we in fact should do more. To accomplish any of the goals we set for ourselves, we needed to increase membership and assess membership dues. To better attract and serve our members, we needed to offer them structure, beginning with strong leadership, firm but fair rules. We eventually were able to provide payroll deduction for those dues. These dues helped with the financing of some of our more ambitious endeavors, such as aiding foster youth aging out of the system and aiming for higher education. We were also able to provide scholarship help to our own members and their eligible children. It is our firm hope that some of the people we assist will bring their talents back to the association to assist as new members. We have sponsored excursions to historic State Regional Park at Allensworth. We have attended the Bill Pickett All Black Rodeo. We've hosted scholarship fundraising events and made charitable donations to needy families, seniors, and veterans. We've also participated in Juneteenth picnics along with other Black membership groups. So, given our history that began in 2001 and has lasted and prospered until now, I would say that not only do we continue to celebrate Black history, but we're also making Black history. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miller, for that. And what an excellent history it is. I remember when my old boss, Lesbia Ross, actually, Jake's wife, told me about LACAAEA, and that's how I got in. So you're absolutely right. It's word of mouth. We should do more. And that was a beautiful recap of, how far we've come. Thank you again. All right. So it's time for a little more trivia. So, Madam President, thank you very much. Okay, this is the first trivia question, so we'll go to the next.
So I had a technical challenge. Let's move to that.
If it's not queuing up, Madam President, I can just ask it and get
that'd be
responses.
great.
Absolutely. So, everyone, what year was LACAAEA organized? Let's get some chat responses. Okay, I see that we already have one right answer. And several answers are still coming in. So I'll give it a couple more seconds. But as stated in the recap by Mr. Miller, it was reorganized in 2009 as the Los Angeles County African American Employees Association. So 2009 is the correct answer. Thank you all for participating. All right. So next up, we're going to have our very own Latrice Jones introduce our keynote speaker for the night. Latrice.
Good evening. Good evening. I am delighted to introduce our keynote speaker. Kristen Sakota is the director of the Los Angeles County Department of Arts and Culture. The department's programs include grants and technical assistance to nonprofit organizations, creative career pathways, including the nation's largest arts internship program, public and private arts education initiatives, commissioning arts for the LA County Civic Art Collection, professional development, research and evaluation, and cross-sector art strategies to address civic issues, all with the lens of cultural equity and inclusion. Ms. Sakota is an arts executive, an attorney, and performing artist with over 25 years in the field. She has appeared on stages with dance and social justice company Urban Bush Women in Rent and Mamma Mia on Broadway. Prior to her work at LA County, she served at New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, overseeing a $200 million portfolio of projects on diversity and inclusion, public art, creative aging, cultural facilities, grants, and affordable workspace for artists. Kristen holds a JD from NYU School of Law and a BA from Stanford University. You may visit her at www.lacountyarts.gov, as well as follow her on Instagram at _Kristen Sakota. With no further ado, I introduce to you Kristen Sakota, the Director of LA County Department of Arts and Culture. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is just a joy to be with you all this evening. And after hearing that history, I am just honored to even just be here to be a witness. So first, I just want to thank you all for inviting me to be part of this virtual program this evening. And I want to congratulate the honorees for tonight too, and the Trivia Award winners. And I want to thank the performers for sharing their gifts with us this evening as well. So what I would love to do now is share a little bit of reflections and highlights of African Americans and Black arts and culture through the lens of what we do at the LA County Department of Arts and Culture. Now, I have a question for y'all. So I'm going to be speaking tomorrow night at the gala as well. Little secret, but would you all like a little preview of some of the images that might be shown tomorrow night? Who would like a preview? Who wants to see some images tonight? All right, that's what I want to know. Okay, now I want you to bear with me. I'm not the most technologically savvy about sharing my screen, but I'm going to do it. Y'all are worth it. So let me see if I can share my screen and tell me if you can see it. All right, are you seeing it?
It's
Perfect.
loading. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So I, as was mentioned, have the great fortune, the great honor to serve as the director of Los Angeles County's Department of Arts and Culture. And I have had a lifelong love of the arts ever since I was a child. And I'm sure like many of you, I realized that arts and culture is the soundtrack to our lives, and that Black and African American artists, communities, writers, culture makers, we have made significant contributions to our arts and cultural history and our futures in Los Angeles, in the country, and in the world beyond. So today, let me share a little bit about what we're doing on behalf of LA County to support this. So our mission broadly is to advance arts, culture, and creativity all throughout Los Angeles County. And we have a vision of really the idea that arts are vital to all of our communities and our civic lives. So how do we do this? Well, I want to talk about and uplift that we are part of an incredible cultural landscape in Los Angeles. And so whether this is Hollywood and incredible people doing incredible things like Issa Rae, or longstanding Hollywood actors, movies, we also know that we've got longstanding cultural organizations like California African American Museum and so many others that I'll talk about a few of the others this evening, but incredible artists, and it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal arts and cultural landscape of Los Angeles. So within this setting that we get to be in, we have some core ways that on behalf of Los Angeles County, we uplift the arts. And so I'm going to share a few of those with you. And pardon me, this thing keeps moving a little bit ahead of me. So I want to first talk a bit about grant making. So on behalf of LA County, we support arts organizations through grant making. And in doing this, we actually are supporting hundreds of arts organizations, but I want to uplift a few that themselves are uplifting Black and African American arts and centering communities of color. And those are organizations like Lula Washington Dance, organizations like Inner City Youth Orchestra, organizations like Ebony Rep Theater or Roby Theater. These are incredible, incredible contributors to all of our communities. And here are some more incredible images of the work that they do. And we just love, love, love to be able to support them. And let's look at a few more. So we've also got Afro-Latin, Contratiempo. We've also got incredible organizations like the World Stage with music, Beyond Baroque. We've got theater. We also have organizations that may not be solely dedicated to Black culture, but are still contributing greatly. One of our organization's Musician at Play has an incredible artistic director, Anthony Partner, who's been featured in the LA Times for his work as not only a bassoonist, but as a conductor, really forging a path in classical music and in orchestral music for film scores. He has worked with major A-list filmmakers, works with Warner Brothers. He's presented and conducted at the Hollywood Bowl, just doing amazing things. And now they're doing their part to share that through arts education with underrepresented youth who are interested in careers in music and film. We've got grantee partners like LA Commons doing phenomenal work in Leimert Park and beyond. We've got the Pan-African Film Festival, and even one of the commissioners on our LA County Arts Commission, which has 15 members. 3 are appointed by each of the 5 supervisors, and we even have incredible filmmakers and artists on our arts commission. One of them, Pamela Bright Moon, has a film right now that was shown this year at the festival, all about women, documenting Black women in California politics. So incredible things are happening all around. And there are so many more that I couldn't even get to highlighting today. I mean, whether it's Debbie Allen Dance, or whether it's Amazing Grace Conservatory that we support, or whether it is the Museum of Latin American Art and their Afro-Latin Festival that's happening this weekend, or an organization that's thinking about not just our history, but how we make a future in our community through the arts, like Destination Crenshaw. These are organizations that I'm so proud we get to shine a light on and give some funding to on behalf of the county as well. But we also commission individual artists to create original works of art that then become part of our Los Angeles County Civic Art Collection. So we do that because we have a policy. 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, it was first adopted by the Board of Supervisors, so that every time there's a major Los Angeles County building, renovation project, or construction, 1% of those costs come to us to commission a new artwork. And through that practice, we have been able to deliver art, because all of our communities deserve art, and all of our civic spaces can increase belonging when there's incredible artwork there too. And so it's exciting. You're going to see a lot of images here of some of the artwork that we have and that we have commissioned, like this piece here by Willie Middlebrook Jr. But I also want to tell you and tie in a little story connected to some of the topics you all have been discussing. So a little known fact is that as part of our civic art collection, while many of the works over the last 20 years are works we commissioned, we do have some works that have been acquired by the county. And it was a few years ago that we did something very extraordinary. The county was able to realize, and it was actually Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas who began this project, and give credit where credit is due, that the Golden State Mutual Life Insurance Company, a Black insurance company created because Black folk could not get access to insurance and their companies could not get access to insurance. So it was really the Black community building on self-determination and how we can do for our own. Well, like many major corporations or law firms, they had a building, and in their building, they needed art. And so that art collection grew and grew and grew over the years, so that not only was the Golden State Mutual Life Insurance Company in a building designed by Black architect Paul Revere Williams, but also it had art that was commissioned and acquired by this Black company. And so what happened, though, is that at a certain point, the building was going to turn hands and they were going to sell the collection. And the supervisor at the time realized that meant these works could be all separated. They could maybe even leave Los Angeles. And so we did something very extraordinary. We acquired over 100 of the artworks from the Golden State Mutual Collection, and they are now part of Los Angeles County's Civic Art Collection. And we now have done incredible work through my staff, working with conservators, working with art historians to conserve those pieces and to make them available to the community. And so we have placed many of them actually in our partners at the county library, so that our community, and especially the community around South LA, would have access to these incredible works for years to come. And so I'm sharing a few of these images and these incredible artists who have contributed to this incredible collection. And I'm just so proud that we were able to conserve and preserve this history and be able to share it with generations. So this piece is at the AC Bilbrew Library, for example, but we also have pieces at the Willowbrook Senior Center, and we have in total 100 of them. So at some point, maybe we'll have to do a whole deeper dive on the full collection. But I want to highlight a few additional pieces that are from recent commissions, like this new one by Carla J. Harris, which is at Magic Johnson Park, an incredible commission that is in the community room. So now people can go and have their weddings or go have parks and recreate and have art created that has our image and is sharing what does diversity look like? What does the future look like through visual art? What does healing look like? What is growth? What is nature? And really bringing that to our spaces. Like the incredible artist Floyd Strickland, who we were able to commission to create an incredible new piece as part of Department of Mental Health, but at the MLK Jacqueline Avant Child and Family Wellness Center, reflecting local children, including those with disabilities, so that they can feel that they are included when they go to the space for services. This is such powerful work, the work of artists in reflecting our humanity to ourselves and to others. Moses X. Ball, a phenomenal young artist who we've been able to work with a couple of times. And when it was the 100th anniversary of the Women's Centennial, we commissioned original posters for that event. And this was one of the ones that was created and that he created for us that is now part of the LA County Civic Art Collection. I want to also uplift Olaken Jafis, who's at the Doors, the First Doors Reentry Center, really showing how these pieces make spaces come alive. But that's not all. In addition to grants, civic art, and some other areas, we also have a focus on the next generation. So at the department, we also strive to expand equity and access in arts learning and arts education for all of our young people and all of the students of Los Angeles County by supporting arts education in school, as well as access to arts learning in communities, and for our youth that are involved or impacted by county systems such as the foster care system or the probation system. And so through this work, we do everything from provide grants to school districts so that our young people can have access to the arts, to actually bringing in and contracting with community-based organizations and teaching artists to do murals and other projects with our young folks. In this work, we also believe it is so important to make sure we nurture the next generation of artists, of entrepreneurs, of moguls, of technicians and creators. And so we have one of the largest running paid arts internships for college students, as well as new platforms like Creative Careers Online, which is to expose young people to different careers and help them see people who look like them in all sorts of careers, from gaming to arts to filmmaking. So this is an important part of what we do that is very close to my heart. And here are just a few more organizations that we support and partner with doing this incredible work with us. But sometimes I think it can be helpful to step back and think about, why do we invest in the arts? Why are the arts so powerful that they were part of today's program, not just in my remarks, but in the work that you all stepped forward with poem, with spoken word, with music, with our history, with the humanities? Well, we know that, first of all, arts are just a human expression. They are part of all of us. But we also know that arts are part of healthy communities. Arts are part of economic opportunity. Arts are part of education. Arts are part of history, and they're part of our future. And arts can shape a new future that really can bridge us to other communities and bridge us across difference and redress historical inequities and really help us move the needle in anti-racism through narrative change and through the incredible voices. We know, even looking back at history, that folks like Frederick Douglass knew that image making, and for him it was through photography, could change narratives and change perspectives. And so he was one of the most photographed people of the time because he knew that if he could show dignity, if he could show himself as an African-American man, that he might change hearts and change minds. So this is a long history of this work, and I'm really proud to continue it forward. Before I go, I just want to share that you can always find out more about our work, and I want to share a quote, a quick one from Maya Angelou, which is about creativity. And she has said, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. So I encourage all of you to continue to be creative in the work that you're doing, continue to uplift all of our LA County employees, and just thank you so much for having me this evening.
Director Sakota, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for that information. I think I might have to link you or some of your apprentices with some of my staff who work on gaming. It sounds like exciting work. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow evening. So thank you again. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next up, we're going to actually have a couple more trivia questions. So this time we have a twofer. And we'll start with this one. Who was the first Black member of the American Institute of Architects? The first Black member of the American Institute of Architects. And hint, this was mentioned just recently. Let's see. Okay. See some answers coming into the chat. Let's get a couple more before we have our final answer.
Are full names required?
Full name, at least first and last.
They have some of the answers may have been because they attended the first Lunch and Learn on February 7th.
Exactly. So the answer to that question is Paul R. Williams. All right. And so our next question is, who is the current LACAAEA president? Now, everyone on the call should know this one. I see Anika laughing, so. All right, it looks like we have numerous people who got that one correct. So I'm glad everyone is paying attention. I see DEG. I see Yolanda. Good one. I may have to start calling Madam President that. I like that. All right. Thank you all for participating in the last trivia questions.
What were the two, who were identified as the two winners, Walter? I'm sorry, because we do have drawing.
I'm not able to see the chat so clearly because of my view right now, but if there's another co-host that can look to see who was the first person who entered that into the chat, they would be the winners of those questions. Thank you.
We'll check the chat now.
Yeah, Anika or Nakia, I believe it's
have to have the first and last name and be sure.
We'll make sure. We'll
Anika is saying, don't count me.
All right.
We need to hurry along because we are 8:12.
Okay, understood, Madam President. So next, we're bringing back Tina Robinson to give a little bit of history about the Crystal Eagle Award. Tina?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So far, everything I've heard is just wonderful. So since 2009, the Los Angeles County African American Employees Association has awarded the Crystal Eagle Award to prominent African American individuals making impactful contributions to LACAAEA or the community at large. The Crystal Eagle Award encompasses the characteristics of a bald eagle, powerful, bold, and the ability to soar successfully through storms, and the attributes of a crystal, brilliancy, elegancy, and clarity. The recipient of this year's Crystal Eagle Award has more than 40 years of county service, a longtime dedicated and loyal supporter of LACAAEA. She has served as the executive advisor for more than 9 years, in addition to serving as advisor to the Los Angeles County Chicano Association. Her can-do attitude has made a positive difference in the lives of many. She is an author and involved in her community, and has accomplished significant achievements, including her book titled Leveling Up from the Bottom to the Top Through My Lens and Voice. I introduced to some, and present to others the 2024 Crystal Eagle recipient, Cynthia McCoy-Miller. Thank you.
Okay. I was unmuting myself. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so very honored yet humbled to be receiving the Crystal Eagle Award and celebrating Black History Month with you all this evening. It was great Harriet Tubman who once said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. 66th Street Elementary, Mary McLeod Bethune Junior High, John C. Fremont High, LA Southwest College, Cal Poly Pomona, and USC were my humble beginnings. A young Black girl who grew up in South Central LA, wanting to do something meaningful and impactful that would bring about positive change to the children and families in my community that looked like me and you. This is where my dream began. Since joining LA County family over 40 years ago as a senior typist clerk to now being third in command as a senior deputy director for the largest child welfare agency in the nation, my career journey, personal and professional accomplishments, and lived experiences over the years have taught me the true value of resilience, servant leadership, commitment, and compassion. Through my journey, what has guided and sustained me has been my faith, authenticity, realness, accountability, transparency, sincerity, trust, and respect. It is these qualities that have afforded me the opportunity and blessing to be where I am now. Additionally, my work with LACAAEA has elevated my commitment and compassion to helping our communities and allowed me to walk and serve in my purpose on a different level and platform. I am humbly proud to be a member and supporter of all of our employee associations and sincerely appreciate both the independent and collective work that we are all doing to elevate, educate, and empower one another and the next generation of leaders. So I humbly come before you this evening as a determined, resilient, and empowered Black woman, no longer a dream deferred, but a dream confirmed, proudly standing in my purpose by His grace. I want to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who has supported and encouraged me in my amazing journey. I would like to particularly thank the LACAAEA board under the leadership of Delora Ellis Gant for uplifting and acknowledging my commitment, dedication, and hard work. It is deeply fulfilling and gratifying to be recognized for the work that I have done and will continue to do. I also want to thank my husband, my rock, my beautiful and amazing two daughters, my sister circle, friends, and colleagues, others who I hold dear and have walked with me and supported me in my journey. You know who you are, my DCFS and extended LA County family, and my community. As we continue to celebrate Black History Month in a year that has been characterized by some as one of abundance, what comes to me is the quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. This resonates with me because we must take advantage of all opportunities. I encourage everyone to hold fast to your dreams, pursue your career aspirations, seek probabilities, and continue to level up, for there is much more work to do. For example, we must continue the critical work that we all do to support and advance equity and inclusion in the workplace and Los Angeles County as a whole, such as the anti-racism, diversity, and inclusion or ARDI initiatives that speak to our commitment, intent, and dedication towards a reimagined system, community, and way of being. It is also crucial that we show up, lift up our voices, and vote during this election year at the local and national levels. Our participation counts. So let's keep flying, keep running, and keep walking towards the mark. Together, we will get there. In closing, I again want to express my sincerest and heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to LACAAEA for this incredible recognition, for which I am immensely grateful. Thank you.
Cynthia, that was wonderful. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you for being a leader in the county. Thank you for being a change maker, and we truly appreciate your service.
Thank you
All
as
right.
well.
So next up, we are going to have Costellette Adams, who is our membership chair, with some upcoming announcements and events that are upcoming for LACAAEA. So Costellette.
If we step back and see that award for those that she was holding it up, Miss
Oh,
Cynthia.
absolutely. Let me go ahead and put the spotlight back on her as well.
Yes.
Can I see it?
Yes. Put it closer to you.
But yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Okay, Costellette, you're up for announcements and upcoming events.
She may be not having a couple of challenges. So what we'll do is we will have everyone to follow us on our Instagram and our Twitter accounts and other social media platforms. We'll post a reel of all of our upcoming events there, and we'll play it as we leave today. I am going to see if there's anyone, because we will stop promptly at 8:30. But are there anyone, or is there anyone here that would like to have some remarks before closing for our Crystal Eagle awardee? You can raise your hands and I notice you and you can come off mute. Mr. Brandon Nichols, Director of Department of Children and Family Services.
Thank you for allowing me just a few minutes to talk. I don't have prepared words, and I know we're getting near the time, but just on behalf of DCFS, I want to say how lucky we have been to have Cynthia working in our department for so long. But more than that, I want to say how lucky the community is to have Cynthia working tirelessly. I mean, she works hard, but tirelessly to serve children and families. People probably don't appreciate what an impact she's had, but she has touched the lives of thousands of children and families in the county over the course of her career. Like I said, we and they are just lucky to have her. So I'm so glad that you all took this moment to recognize that hard work and that connection and that impact that she's had. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we will, is there anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to say something. As someone who was present at our very first Black History Month celebration, the second floor of the Hall of Administration resembled an African marketplace. I mean, there were vendors all over the second floor, and so many people were dressed in African attire, and there were exhibits and what have you out, about our history. There was one particular board that my wife and I had put together, and there was a guy standing there like he was at a museum. He took his glasses off and cleaned them, and he was just looking at it. I tell you, it was something. It was like something that had never happened before, and the next year it was even better. So I mean, as an eyewitness to the very first 2 or 3 that we had, nothing like it I've ever seen.
Thank you. We
Hi, I'd
also,
like to say something.
would you like to come on camera and identify yourself?
I'm not dressed for camera, but I would like to say something. My name is Olive Davis, and I've been a childhood friend of Cynthia's from middle school all the way up to our current date. and she has always, always made an impact on young people. And I am so very proud of her accomplishments in the city of Los Angeles and what she's given back to our community. It makes a big difference in the lives not only the children, but the parents and those of us who are outside looking in. And I just want to say my biggest congratulations to you, Cynthia. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. We appreciate your remarks. Well, we're going to go ahead and close this evening's program, and I hope to see many of you all tomorrow night at the Omni for our Black Tie fundraiser and gala, our gala and fundraiser. I do appreciate all of you for being here this evening. Appreciate the support that you have given to our association for all these many years. And we look forward to you joining and locking hands as we continue to elevate, educate, and empower. And I know you all will agree that the 2024 Crystal Eagle awardee, Miss Cynthia McCoy-Miller, fits and lives our mantra daily. We honor you. Thank you. This concludes our program for this evening. We told you, start on time, ended a little early. Thank you.
Thank you again, everyone. Thank you for the kindness.
Congratulations.